Okay guys, yeah, updates on today, January 30th, 2018. These are updates I forgot to put in the update video I did earlier. I actually had everything written down and forgot where I put the paper. So I just kind of did what I could remember and I forgot. This is the new setup for the Monosyntropus balfouri solo. This is tattoo. You can see him right there. That's the little tiki hut or whatever stone kind of thing that was in its enclosure before, and it was in one of the softball enclosures. So now it's in, we think this one's a male. So he's in this enclosure now. This will be fine for him probably till he matures. My other mature male lived in one of the mini football helmet display cases his whole life. So well, after he matured, he went through 3 molts in that enclosure. So this little dude will be okay here for a little while. Yeah, so that's that. Moved that one to create another empty softball enclosure for the stuff that's coming tomorrow, because I plan on housing the Pteronachilus species Arusha in one. The Ephebopus rufescens in one, and depending on what is bigger, the Acanthoscurria musculosa. I know the Orphanacus philippinus is only 3/4 of an inch, so that one's gonna go into a baseball cube. The Grammostola actaeon, or yeah, Grammostola grossa, not actaeon. The Grammostola grossa is the other one that is about 1.25 inches. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to put that one in a softball enclosure, softball cube enclosure, or in the smaller size of one of these. I do have one more of these available. It's the same size as that one there. That's got the mature male Seriocosmus array in it. Yeah, so that's one update. Let me get the other. I'm just going to keep it rolling because it seems like the upload goes a lot easier for me if I keep everything in one clip. So for these update videos, I'm just going to try and do them all together. This, you can't see him right there. That is the other Hapalopus species, Colombia Lg, that I have. You can see the molt next to it. This guy molted a couple weeks ago, or a couple days ago. A couple weeks ago. What the hell am I saying? A couple days ago. Probably, well, I found the molt like 3 days ago. So I would say he probably molted, or she molted, a couple days prior to that. Kind of hoping this one's a female, because my mature male went out, and I mean, I can get some back if he actually breeds, but I want to make sure that I always have one of these guys in the collection because they are such a stunning tarantula, and their habits are pretty cool. I just wish they were a tad bit slower than what they are. So those two, and then the last, well, there's 2 other updates I want to do. People have been asking about Nikita, the female Chromatopelma cyaneo pubescens. So we'll move the light over top of her, and you'll see she really hasn't done much more of anything. She added some webbing up top, but this is where she stays. She has not eaten. So I am assuming her abdomen is not dark, but it is got some, it's not pink like it was in the beginning. You could see that little bit of darkening right there on the right side there, the bald spot there. So she's doing fine. And then the last update, let me get the other light, is on Cheeto. Everybody loves Cheeto. So there's Cheeto. Cheeto is doing perfectly fine. All stretched out from her molt. Looks to have gained about a 1/2 inch. So she's probably no less than 3 inches, but probably looking more like 3¼ to 3½. And you'd be surprised how, I mean, you think about 3½ inches of spider is pretty big, but when you actually see them, you know, here, I mean, I don't know if my tape measure is anywhere handy. Probably not. Probably not going to be anywhere where I can just get to it right away. But you can see her moving. She's been moving fine. She'll be ready to eat in another, I don't know, 5 days or so. We'll try and feed her, and we'll give her a worm, super worm, to start out with. And you could see how her abdomen looks pretty much the same as what it did before she molted, really, just not as wide. She never really got big, but what they do is they get longer in their abdomen because they have this pill-shaped abdomen to begin with. The Orphanacus species, the Chelobrachys species are pretty similar. I think most of the Asian species are that way. So those are the updates that I forgot to put in this morning's video. So I figured I would do this for you guys so that I wasn't adding this to the new arrivals tomorrow. And I do need to feed a few because I haven't really fed much of anybody in January. Everyone's slowed way down this month as far as feeding is concerned because it's colder. I've noticed a big decline in even some of my more aggressive feeders not eating. I did feed the 2 Nando Colorado Velocis the other day, the male and female. They both ate. The Grammostola species Mall did not want to eat, and neither did the Grammostola species North, the Faunopelma gabelli. Neither one of the, matter of fact, my Pac-Man frog wouldn't even eat. And she hasn't eaten in probably, we're pushing 7 days. I tried feeding her both a superworm and an earthworm, and she didn't want to have to do anything. She just jumped away from them, which she's never done before on me. She usually at least eats 1 superworm every time I try to feed her. And then last gal, because this is another one, everyone likes this, the way that the setup worked. You're going to get a reflection from this feeder boxes here. Let me move them. Here, we'll bring this light down over here. Oh, where is she? She's there. You just can't see her. The way she's in there. There she is. And there's Samira. The Poecilotheria subfusca Highland. So there's some interesting talk going around about some few Grammostola species. I'll monitor the situations, and then the Arkham is trying to attack the cord, so we probably could feed Arkham here. Matter of fact, I'll show you guys the way that I feed some of these guys. Sometimes it's actually kind of interesting. Let me pause this and see if we can't feed Arkham through the vent hole. I used to do this a lot just because I thought it was kind of funny. Because they'll come right up to the side, and you can see the vent hole there. We can get the worm to actually just start going in there. Arkham will take them right away. Come on. Get it. Yep, see? It's kind of fun doing it because they'll just take it like right off the tongs through the vent hole. And it's another way to not disturb them by taking the lid off. But the reason that I knew he was hungry is because the cord for the microphone was right in front of his enclosure when I was filming Samira here, and he was actually coming towards the cord trying to get it through the plastic. So that you kind of know that that's pretty much a no-brainer that they want to eat. So you stick a mealworm, or you can stick a superworm or something like that through there. And they'll just grab it right up if they're hungry. I've done that with this one, Brachypelma albopilosum. I used to do it with the Monocentropus balfouri 7. That used to be in one of these. It's generally these enclosures that I've done it with, but I have done it with some of the opaque plastic ones. The Faunopelma annex has done that a few times for me. I've never tried it with pokies, and of course Samira's holes are real small. You see what I did, the pattern here, and then what I did is I did it opposite down here. So you have airflow on this side and then airflow up on the top there. And on the back side, it's the opposite. So the front is closer on the top on this one. Oh, actually the front and back are lined up on that back side. That's right. Because I screwed up. I was supposed to put the ones in the back side there towards the back a little bit more. And then I added vent holes on top, which again, I don't generally do because I stack most of my enclosures, but I won't stack this one. So I wanted to make sure that she's got good ample airflow through there. So yeah, that's the exciting stuff for today. The rest of today anyway. I don't think I'll be doing any major feedings today that I can think of. I will try her again, which I try about every 7 days, and last time I put a couple crickets in there, and she actually killed one, brought it over to the water dish and dropped it in there and walked away. So I probably really even shouldn't bother. I'll just wait until she molts. But she's been reluctant to feed, but my N. secretella olivacea, that little one is feeding pretty much anytime I throw a cricket in there. It's hard to film because I never know if she's going to come out and get it or she stays in her little tube to get it. The Poecilotheria rufilata needs to be fed again. Both the avicularia morph type 6s need to be fed. And I also tried feeding the Aphonopelma hensi female, which she eventually took the roach. The Aphonopelma chalcodes, hopefully gravid female, did not feed. And the Aphonopelma seemanni male did not feed. I tried a worm with that one because that one used to like eating night crawlers. And this was the long red worms that I bought for the snapping turtle and the Pac-Man frog. Snapping turtle loves them, Pac-Man frog not so much. But the Aphonopelma seemanni male did not want to eat. So, and I don't understand why. He's not been a great eater since I've had him. The other one I had was a very aggressive eater. That one's not. The female that I have, that I got, that one is a pretty good feeder. It's eaten twice, just one cricket each time. I didn't overfeed it because she was kind of big. Those two are going to go to Ruth Cowper at Mostly Reptiles. I'm going to take them to her at the Buffalo Reptile Show. So if anybody's going to the Buffalo Reptile Show and they want to meet me, let me know, and maybe we can, at least do a hey, how you doing kind of deal. I'll be there with my daughter. I think that's in May 26th or something like that. I can't remember the exact date, but yeah, I definitely will be at the Buffalo Reptile Show for a couple hours, bringing some stuff to Ruth, and then taking a few things home from her. I probably won't be buying anything there. It's just basically trade stuff because I really don't need any more. But yeah, if I might, I don't know that I'll buy another spider there. I may look at getting a scorpion, a different scorpion, or possibly some type of maybe Egyptian predatory beetles or something like that. I think would be interesting to keep. I wouldn't mind getting another dune scorpion. I love the one that I had. It was already an adult and it didn't live very long, and it was a lousy eater. But other people that have had them, they're really good eaters. I just think mine was pretty much at the end of her road, so she didn't eat all that well. So yeah, we still have the tons of spiders in pre-molt. I think the Acanthoscurria geniculata ash is going to be the next one to molt. That's my guess. But the Hapalopa species Colombia Lg took me by surprise. I wasn't ready for that, or expecting it actually, because it hadn't even been 40 days since it molted the last time. So, okay, well, I got a few enclosures I need to get. I need to go get some more of the display, or the 124 scale display cases from Hobby Lobby. Now that I'm pretty much going to be down to my Salmopaeus pulchers, 3 of those, and my Poecilotheria rufilata, Poecilotheria subfusca, which is over here, and the Poecilotheria miranda will be the only arboreals that'll be on the shelves over there, on those shelves over there. So that's going to free up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those snap tight containers and that container right there. We'll use that container for some type of fossorial species. I'll just put tape over the holes on the side here and then just poke small holes through those so the dirt's not coming out all the time. But yeah, so again, there's some major changes going on. Again, not that I don't enjoy the arboreals, I do enjoy the arboreals, but I think that where I want to go with my collection, and even just the channel somewhat, I mean, the channel has a little bit of to do with that because they are so hard to film. I'm getting more into the terrestrials, a lot more. And I also have, I forgot, I also have a Brachypelma sabulosum, about 3.5 inches long, and a Augustophilus isendami coming too this week. I think that one's 2.5 inches long. And then of course the stuff from Josh at the end of the week, which should be the Ornithoctinae species multi, the Harpactira namaquiensis, the Haplocasmia himalayana, and then whatever little tiny thing that he was going to add in as a bonus. So I tried feeding the OBT Bantu the other day, and she didn't want to eat. She's got a roach in there, so I'm assuming that she molted underneath, since I added all that extra dirt and changed her enclosure around. And then I will do a OBT sheet on, or OBT care video on chaos, maybe tonight. We'll get that in. We'll try and feed chaos and see, and you can see what I did. And the problem is I don't have all the quote-unquote color forms or locales of the Pteronochelys, because some of them are, you know, Pteronoculus, that's what I'm trying to say, Pteronoculus marinus. There's a few different colors of them, but they're more specific to locales than they are just like color morphs of them. So I don't know them all. I know that they used to be called like a dark color form, the true color form, the red color form. I don't know what the red color form is, if it's the actual orange one, because I think the true color form is the actual orange one. But the true color form, the TCF, could be a tan color form. I've not got solid information on those. And then I'm getting the Pteronochelys species Arusha, which pretty much looks like an OBT, but it's darker. It's brownish with, I think, a little bit of cream in it. I have to look at the pictures again, but I got it because I wanted a dark color form of the Pteronochelys, because I really, really love the Chordatus, but I didn't see, if Pulp Fictions would have had a Chordatus, I probably would have got another one of those, but they didn't have one. So, okay, well, that's it before I talk too much. And everybody else is doing fantastic as far as I know. And we'll see everybody real soon. Talk to you later.